to Kwara State reaffirms federal government's determination to ensure security. FCT Minister Wike says President Tinubu has full support in Rivers State. The Corporate Affairs Commission unveils staff welfare scheme to mark 35th anniversary. Deregistered over 400,000 inactive companies. And Nigeria charts new course with China. $1 billion projects still revival to drive jobs and growth. Another news in detail. The Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, has reaffirmed the determination of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to ensure that peace is restored in Nuku and Wuru villages in Kaima, Kwara State, in the aftermath of Tuesday's attacks on the communities by terrorists. According to a statement by his media aide, Stanley Kocha, the Vice President assured the people of the communities that the President had ordered the deployment of a battalion of the Nigerian Army to Kaima. The statement said that Shettima gave the assurance on Saturday when he led a federal government delegation to commiserate with the people of Kaima local government and the governor of Kwara State, Abdurrahman Abdurazak, over a deadly terrorist attack that claimed several lives. The Vice President also disclosed that President Tinubu had instructed the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, to mobilize all resources in partnership with the Kwara State Emergency Management Agency to provide succor and support to the distressed communities. Shettima extended what he described as the heartfelt condolences of President Tinubu and the federal government to the government and those who lost their loved ones in the gory attacks, noting that all hands were already on deck to restore peace in the communities. Responding, the governor of Kwara State, Abdurazak, applauded the swift response of the federal government to the incident, saying, as confirmed by the local government chairman, troops are already on the ground and the Operation Savannah Shield is in motion. Now, Kaduna State Governor Senator Uba Sani has met with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to brief the president following the safe return of 183 worshippers abducted from Koran community in Kajuru local government area of Kaduna State. Disclosing this via his X handle, the governor said the meeting on Friday focused on issues of strategic importance to the state, particularly security, infrastructure, and broader developmental initiatives aimed at achieving lasting stability and shared prosperity. The governor said the successful rescue of all the victims was the result of painstaking intelligence-driven operations carried out through close collaboration between state and federal security agencies. He appreciated President Tinubu for what he described as the president's ceaseless personal calls during the 2 weeks the abducted worshippers were held captive, noting that the outreach provided reassurance and comfort to the affected families and the wider Kaduna community. The two leaders also reviewed critical developmental and infrastructural projects in Kaduna State. Now, Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Wilson Wike, has said that supporters of President Bola Tinubu in Rivers State do not need the backing of a sitting governor to mobilize support for the president ahead of the 2027 elections. Barrister Wike, who made the remark on Saturday in Port Harcourt during the inauguration of the headquarters of the Renewed Hope Ambassadors, commended the coordinator of Rivers State Renewed Hope Ambassadors, Desmond Akawu, for his mobilization efforts, noting that the state would work actively to support the president's re-election. He said Rivers State is a no-go area and is totally for President Tinubu. Speaking to the coordinator, Desmond Akawu, the minister noted how he mobilized and made sure that the 23 local governments and zonal coordinators were inaugurated. He said the coordinator also invited them to commission vehicles that the headquarters of the secretariat will use and to commission the secretariat itself, which is the first of its kind in any part of the country. Wike also criticized governors, senators, and others whom he accused of supporting betrayal in Rivers State, saying that they too would face betrayal from their own successors. Now, former First Lady of Kano State, Professor Hafsat Abdullahi Ganduje, has commended the Minister of State, FCT, Dr. Maria Mahmood, for launching the Kano Mega Empowerment Program, describing it as a practical and sustainable initiative aimed at addressing the economic needs of women and vulnerable citizens. Speaking as a special guest of honor at the unveiling ceremony of the Kano Mega Empowerment Program, Professor Hafsat Ganduje praised Dr. Maria Mahmood's foresight and compassion, noting that the gesture was a demonstration of the true spirit of the All Progressive Congress. In a statement by the minister's media aide, Austin Elemwe, Professor Ganduje, who also used the occasion to sue for peace among political heavyweights in Kano State, urged former Governor Abdullahi Ganduje and his predecessor, Rabi Musa Kwankwaso, to sheath their sword in the interest of the state. Professor Ganduje expressed particular delight that the program targets APC women leaders alongside vulnerable groups, bolstering both personal livelihoods and party strength at the grassroots level. Speaking in the same vein, Minister of State for Education, Professor Suwaiba Ahmed, noted that the FCT Minister of State has shown that she has the interest of the people at heart, which is one of the key areas of priority of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which is human capital development. She urged the beneficiaries to ensure proper utilization of the items not only for their own self-reliance, but also for their families. Empowerment items distributed include cars, motorcycles, fertilizers, rice, and sewing machines. Others include tricycles, wheelchairs, spaghetti making machines, grinding machines, and financial empowerment. Now, Senator Philip Tanimu Aduda was in Lagos to attend the 8-day Fidua prayer held in honor of the late Otumba Isiaka Asekunle Ojora, a revered traditional ruler and elder statesman. The late monarch was also the father-in-law of the former president of the Senate, Dr. Abubakar Bukola Saraki. The solemn prayer session attracted a distinguished gathering of family members, traditional rulers, political leaders, friends, and well-wishers from across the country who converged to offer prayers for the peaceful repose of the soul of the departed royal father. Senator Aduda joined members of the Ojora and Saraki families in observing the Islamic rites while expressing his heartfelt condolences and solidarity during a period of mourning. He described the late Otumba Ojora as a man of honor and integrity, whose legacy of service and commitment to humanity would remain indelible. The senator noted that the passing of the respected monarch was a great loss, not only to his immediate family, but to the nation at large, given his contributions to humanity, community development, and traditional leadership. Senator Aduda's presence at the Fidua prayer further underscored his commitment to fostering unity and building bridges across Nigeria, while maintaining cordial and respectful relationship with leaders of both past and present generations. The Fidua prayer reflected the deep respect the late monarch commanded during his lifetime and highlighted the enduring bonds of unity, shared values, and collective responsibility among family and leaders in moments of grief. Now, about 2,000 medical doctors produced annually in Nigeria are unable to secure placement for their mandatory housemanship due to a limited capacity under the existing centralized system. The Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, MDCN, has disclosed. The Registrar of the Council, Dr. Fatima Kyari, made the disclosure on Friday in Abuja while defending the Council's 2026 budget proposal before the Senate Committee on Health. Dr. Kyari explained that although Nigerian medical schools graduate about 6,000 doctors every year, the current centralized housemanship scheme has capacity for only 4,000, leaving roughly 2,000 graduates stranded annually.
The access has been eased. They're able to go choose a hospital wherever they are or wherever they wish to in the country amongst those 49 hospitals. And the appropriation has increased because there's an increase in salary for those doctors and there's increase in numbers of the hospitals. The increase in numbers is also reflective of the need for us to think about increasing accommodation. I've not included it in the appropriation because that is a separate discussion, but I just want our distinguished members to have that in mind. Because what currently happens is there's pressure on the central hospitals in.
She also lamented poor budgetary releases to the council in the 2025 fiscal year, disclosing that no funds were released from the 1.2 billion naira capital allocation approved for the MDCN. Responding, the Senate Committee on Health assured the council of the committee's support, pledging that lawmakers would work towards ensuring adequate funding for the MDCN.
We really want to support you on the issue of getting more hospitals accredited into the center, because I know the pressure you go through from those of us here and from those, in fact, it's from the people sitting behind you. They bring the pressure to us, so we put it on you. So I think whatever that needs to be done should be done.
Meanwhile, the Pharmacists Council of Nigeria, PCN, has also sought the support of the committee as it intensifies efforts to clamp down on open drug markets across the country. The Registrar of the Council of Pharmacists, Ibrahim Babashiru Ahmed, said the proliferation of unregistered pharmaceutical outlets poses a serious threat to public health, describing the PCN as an endangered institution due to the unchecked spread of illegal drug distribution channels. Now, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, says it will continue to educate and enlighten young people on the dangers of drug abuse. The Chief Superintendent of Narcotics, NDLEA, Ms. Blessing Aibutuswa, stated this at the matriculation ceremony of students of the Ila College of Health Technology, Kuje, Abuja. Correspondent Abdullah Mukhtar completes the report.
123 students were formally admitted into the Ila College of Health Technology, Kuje, Abuja, to commence their academic activities during the matriculation ceremony. Presenting a paper titled Dangers of Drug Abuse, the Chief Superintendent of Narcotics, NDLEA, Mrs. Blessing Agbotsua, said the NDLEA chairman, retired Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marewa, remains committed to reducing the demand for drugs, which she noted would ultimately curb drug supply. She emphasized that the agency will continue to educate and sensitize the teeming youth population on the harmful effect of drug abuse.
If there is reduction in the demand, there will be reduction in the supply. So we start from this youth, educate them, sensitize them, create this awareness to them so that they will know that drug abuse is of no use. It's not helping them than it's destroying their destiny.
In his message at the event, the director of the Ila College of Health Technology and former chairman of the FCT Secondary Education Board, as well as pro-chancellor of Leadership University, Dr. Yahya Musa Muhammad, urged the new student to be law-abiding and adhere strictly to the rules and regulations of the college. Dr. Mohammed, who was represented by the Vice Chancellor of Leadership University, Professor Abdullah Mohammed Ibuti, also advised the student to remain focused and work hard in their academic pursuits.
The Director, Ila College of Health Technology, Dr. Yahya Musa Muhammad, has asked me to inform the students to be law-abiding and to follow the rules and regulations of the college during their stay, and to work hard and excel in their academic activities.
The matriculating student expressed excitement as they began a new chapter in their educational journey.
I'm so happy and I'm so excited to be part of this program. And I pray as I continue this journey, may God see me through. I feel so happy to be here today because I've always loved here. I'm the matriculant of hope that as I go on this journey, I finish with good grades.
And with this great milestone, that's the starting point for us as a co-student of SHU department. Pray that the Lord will help us as we take on this good path.
Barrister Sani Tijani administered the oaths to the matriculating student, followed by a debate on the future of health leaders and cultural interlude. Papers were also presented on dress code and the dangers of drugs abuse by invited guest speakers. Abdullahi Mukhtar, ASO Television News.
You are watching ASO Television News. You can watch us live on DSTV channel 392, also on StarTimes TV channel 127 and Free TV channel 507. We are also on Rachel Vine channel 38. Still to come, Nigeria charts new course with China. $1 billion project, still revival to direct jobs and growth. Stay with us for details of this and more stories after the break.
Good evening and welcome to the greatest show on earth. This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come. Let's go! Lights, camera, action. Put your mind on it, look the lights are
Stay connected. Stay with us, starting from Yanga and Jolly.
Now, thanks for staying with us. And the news continues. The Minister of Art, Culture, Tourism and Creative Economy, Barrister Hannat Musa Musawa, has called on governments, corporate bodies and philanthropists to support the Orientation Camp Cultural Carnival and other initiatives of the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC. She made the call as the special guest of honor during the Cultural Carnival staged by the 2026 Batch A Stream 1 Corps members at the NYSC FCT Orientation Camp in Kubwa, Abuja. Represented by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Art, Culture, Tourism and Creative Economy, Dr. Mukhtar Yawale Mohammed, applauded the corps members for showcasing the cultures of various states other than their own states of origin, noting that such performances signified the uniqueness of the NYSC scheme. She also commended the scheme's management for providing the enabling environment for the corps members to showcase the rich cultural heritage of Nigeria. In a goodwill message, the Minister of Youth Development, Comrade Ayodele Olawande, commended the NYSC for fostering national unity and integration through its deployment policy, which exposed corps members to the diverse cultures of the country. The NYSC DG, Brigadier General Olakunle Nafiu, assured that corps members would continue to showcase and promote the country's cultural heritage. He also said the scheme remained committed to promoting unity in diversity at all times. Now, the national leader of the Ukomo Igala Association is calling on media influencers in Kogi State, particularly those from the eastern region, to be constructive, objective and responsible in the use of social media. He made the call at a dinner night with social media influencers and key stakeholders of the Ukomo Igala Association at the Water Fountain Park in Abuja. Our reporter Kabiru Jibril reports.
It is a get-together dinner between members of the Ukomo Igala Association, social media influencers, and traditional media practitioners from Kogi State, as leaders of the Ukomo Igala stress the effective and responsible use of social media in promoting peace and sustainable development in the state.
So we want them to come to terms with the usage and how best this tool, powerful tool, can be used to shape Kogi East positively, especially in terms of development, not just physical development, So those are the reasons why we are here this evening.
You can create your content and still achieve what you want to achieve, but still be ethical, professional, and then with integrity.
If there is any news and they want to publish, they should go into it to verify, to find out if it is true or not before publishing it.
Ahead of the 2027 general elections, the Ukomo Igala urged media influencers in Kogi State, particularly those from the eastern region, to be constructive before publishing politically related stories.
We're trying to shift away from the old way of noise, unregulated utterances, unethical disposition on social media to a more refined, productive way of social engagement.
Our culture is the basis that Nigeria is built on. That's why on our map is Kogi State. And that is the reason why we should be the heartbeat of Kogi State. Our culture is so rich. We have stories. We can depict our stories on social media. We can market our brand on social media.
The gathering also served as a melting pot between Ukomo Igala and various key stakeholders from Kogi East to share visions and ideas for the continuous development of the state while bringing them on board the Ukomo Igala Association. Kabiru Jibril, ASO Television News.
Now, Corporate Affairs Commission has unveiled plans for better welfare of staff to mark its 35th year anniversary, acknowledging it deregistered more than 400,000 companies inactive in 2025 as part of efforts to strengthen the integrity of Nigeria's corporate registry and protecting the economy from misuse of dormant entities. Registrar General of the KAC, Barrister Hussaini Ishaq Magaji, disclosed this in Abuja during the Commission's monthly fitness work. Business correspondent Ile Emeje was there and now reports. So we'll bring you the report in subsequent bulletins. Now, the Coalition of Nigerian Youths on Security and Safety Affairs, CONYAS, a youth-led national organization, has advocated for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs partnership and institutional support, particularly youth engagement initiatives aligned with Nigeria's foreign policy objectives and structured engagement with Nigerian youths in the diaspora. The delegation led by Mr. Abraham Kwangfan on Friday, 6 February, was received on behalf of the Minister of Foreign Affairs by the ministry's spokesperson, Mr. Kimibi Imomutimi Ibienfa. The meeting's focus was on security advocacy, youth empowerment, and peace building, as Kwangfan explained that CONSIA was established in 2019 and registered in 2022 with the objective to complement Nigeria's security architecture by bridging the gap between youths and security in institutions through advocacy, engagement, and preventive interventions. He highlighted the organization's nationwide campaigns, security summits on social vices, engagement with key security agencies, and plans to expand activities to the northeast with a proposed summit in Gombe State. In his response, Mr. Bianfa commended CONISA initiatives and outlined the ministry's mandate on consular services and diaspora engagement. He advised the group to liaise with the ministry for guidance and to formally submit detailed proposal for planned programs. Now, Nigeria-China 55 years of bilaterals has enjoyed fruitful diplomatic partnerships with trade volumes of over $20 billion US. This was enhanced through agreements signed during President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's diplomatic visit to President Xi Jinping in 2024 in China. These years of strategic partnership have seen China's embassy in Nigeria launch the Nigeria-China Year of People-to-People Exchanges with the dynamic Spring Festival Temple Fair at the Cultural Center in Abuja. Joy Aini has more on the report.
It was not just an event to celebrate the upcoming Chinese Lunar New Year of 2026. It also marked the 55th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between Nigeria and China. Today, the focus is on how Nigeria can leverage the agricultural industrialization journey of China through the developmental initiative to industrialize Nigeria agricultural and other industrial sectors.
We are shifting attention and focus from infrastructure to agriculture so that we can address food security. And that's why I mentioned the National Integrated Poultry Farm, which is being done in conjunction with Chinese government. We are not crowding local farmers or poultry farmers out of the market. We will produce feedstock to feed this whole nation. And the plan, based on the initiative of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is for Nigeria to be able to produce 6 million eggs every day, so that we can feed our young children and ensure they have, protein.
That was Nigeria's Director General of the Nigeria-China Strategic Partnership, Mr. Joseph Tegben. The Chinese Chargé d'Affaires, Zhou Hailong, articulated the friendship as a cornerstone for implementing major initiatives, including the Belt and Road Initiative and the outcomes of the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation FOCAC.
This year, 2026 is the year of the actual horse in Chinese lunar calendar. In Chinese culture, the horse symbolized hard work, preference, unity, and innovation. The horse also features prominently on coat of arms of Nigeria, symbolizing strength, resilience, and forward momentum. These qualities are precisely the defining characteristics of China-Nigerian relations of past 55 years.
The Chinese Cultural Center's councillor, Yang Jianjing, noted that China remains apt in growing other countries that share similar interests with the Chinese vision.
Nigeria and China and Nigeria, we trust each other, we stand by each other, and we support each other in the world.
Meanwhile, others are positive about the growing political influence as bedrock of enduring friendship existing between Nigeria and China.
Nigeria, as you are aware, is a strong supporter of the One China policy, and through even platforms like FOCAC and the rest of them, we have a lot of government-to-government and people-to-people engagement. And I think it's a positive one for us to achieve the milestone of celebrating 55 years of diplomatic relations.
I think it's a fruitful 55 years. We have saw a lot of great projects that have been delivered here in this country. And I saw that business are also growing constantly in these 55 years.
Let us industrialize Nigeria, and I think China is the best partner for us to do that.
Nigeria and China established diplomatic relations in 1971 with their partnership, which gained multilateral framework of the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation FOCAC, founded in 2000. Those successive focused action plans led to the different cooperation that have expanded across infrastructure, technology, trade, and security. Joy Annie, ASO Television News.
Now that's the news. But before we let's take a look at one of our major stories. Vice President Senator Kashim Shettima has reaffirmed the determination of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to ensure that peace is restored in Nuku and Wuru villages in Kema, Kwara State in the aftermath of Tuesday's attack on the communities by terrorists. I am Hada Sidi Siraju. Thanks for watching.